Hey guys, Chris back from Burgles Brewing. It's been a while since I made a video. I'm back here with another one today. This is another grain to glass and it is long overdue. So much so, I either lost or forgot to make an intro to this video. So like I said, grain to glass, smoked porter today. So like I said, long overdue. This beer was brewed at least 2 months ago, the first or second week of September. I can't remember. It is now November 12th. So yeah, it's been a while, but good news, it's a porter, dark beer, hasn't really fallen off, been in the keg the whole time under pressure, so we're good to go. Today's video, like I said, grain to glass, but it's a little different. I did a little bit of a vlog style, just kind of recording myself handheld as I went throughout the brew day, giving a step-by-step, so let me know if you like it. It should be a little shorter than most of my other videos, so hopefully I won't drone on and on and on. Like I said, smoked porter. So here we go. Let me give you the rundown of the recipe first. I used 8 pounds of Breeze 2-row brewer's malt, 1 pound of Vienna malt, a pound of cherrywood smoked malt, 8 ounces of Crystal 60, 6 ounces of pale chocolate, and 4 ounces of midnight wheat. For hops, I did Magnum, a half an ounce as a first wort hop, and I did do a 45-minute boil this time instead of my traditional 30. And then with 10 minutes to go in the boil, I added half an ounce of cluster fugget. So kind of pretty simple, but here's the twist. Like I said, it was the first, second week of September. It was still, upwards of 80 degrees here in New York. My basement was still pretty warm, so I went Kvike and not, Lutra or one of those strains. I went with Voss. So, and I did that at 90 degrees. So will I get some esters with it? Will I not? Is it going to come out clean? So we'll see. Right now, I will take you to the brew day footage, and then I'll see you in a few minutes for the review.
All right, so I just mashed in on the smoked porter, gave it about 5 minutes before I started the recirculation, and here's what we got going on. Nice dark brown color right there. So, like I said, we just started it, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'm at the end of the mash. I'm about to pull the bag on the mash and boil, but I want to get one more look here of the color of the wort because it was a little cloudy when I first showed it because it was the beginning of the mash, but now it's a nice, pretty clear, nice, light, medium, brown color. So, spot on with that. So, hopefully the rest of the brew day goes well. All right, we're back again. We just hit boil. Give you a little bit of that there. Just took my pre-boil gravity. I'm at 1051. Target was 1050. I got like slightly more volume, 6 gallons instead of like 5.9, what Brewfather said. So I was aiming for 70% efficiency, hit 73. So I'm really getting the mash and boil dialed in lately, and I'm really happy about it. And let me tell you, it's smelling good, it's tasting good. So hopefully I don't screw anything up the rest of the way, and we get this thing in the fermenter and carbonate it. Taste how it does now. All right, brew day is over. We got the porter here into the brew bucket, sitting at about 92 degrees because we're using Kvike. So we'll see how it goes. Got my hydrometer sample right here. We finished at 1056, which is a couple points higher than we thought. So it's gonna be roughly a 6% beer if it ferments all the way instead of 5-6. But like I said, brew day went well. Got the beer in the fermenter. Well, we'll see how Voss does, so see you in the review.
All right, it's been 4 days since yeast pitch, and this beer is completely done. Like I said, I pitched Voss Kvike, the Lallemand dry strain. So this thing, I checked after 12 hours. It went from 1057 down to like 1030 within 12 hours. By 24 hours, it was at 1019, and by the 36-hour mark, 1014. And it hasn't budged since 1014 since then. So I'm going to go ahead and keg this bad boy right now. I got my sample. It went from 1057 to 1014. So roughly 5.5% beer, which is where I thought I was going to end up. So that's cool. I thought I was going to get a little more because I got better efficiency. But this pack, like I said, I didn't prop it up. I didn't rehydrate. Just straight pitch. It said it expired back in like February. So it's a 6-month past expiration date. And it was Brewfather said 81%. So my experience with Voss is it's more like that 70, 78, 79, so about what you'd expect. So we're going to keg this up and we'll try it in a few days and see what happens. All right, guys, so here we go. Here is the finished product, the smoked porter. So you can see here, pretty dark. I mean, from first glance, it's pretty much pitch black. Can't see through it, but if you get it in a good lighting, maybe we can see here. This isn't really doing it, but you get it in good lighting. There's really a lot of ruby highlights, really deep red, and crystal clear. This was my test batch for gelatin. No, dark beers, you don't really need it, but I want to do it something just in case it didn't work. It wasn't going to make a difference. This was my maiden voyage with gelatin and trying it, and worked like a charm. So A+ there. But yeah, color came out real good. Here's nice, thick head on it. Doesn't stick around very long. This pour was kind of abnormally large. It was almost like a full like knuckle head on it, probably 2-finger. But poured a little vigorously. So like I said, beer's about 2 months old now, so I've had it plenty of times. I've been trying to nurse it just to make sure I could get this review video out in time. So let's not drag it on anymore. Let's just get into it, right? All right, so here we go. So on the nose, smoke is heavy. I mean, not heavy, but it's definitely there. It's noticeable. And I kind of knew this too when I was making it, when I was grinding the grains and I had them in the bucket. Even with only like, I think with that grain bill, it amounted to about 9, maybe 10% of the grain bill, and you could smell the smoked malt over all the other malts in the bucket. So it's about 12 pounds of, not a heavy grain bill, about 12 pounds of malt, but you could really smell the smoke. And even when mashing and brewing, you could really smell it. So pretty perfumey, pungent, not overly, but it's there. You can definitely tell it's there. Maybe a little bit of roasty on there. And you can't smell sweet. Maybe it's a little bit of like a caramel malt, the Vienna thing, but pretty nicely balanced. But definitely the smokes there comes across pretty nicely. So here we go. We're going for a little taste. Yeah. Taste too is kind of, the smoke is less in the taste than it is in the nose, which for me is pretty good. I haven't had a ton of smoked beers. This is the first one I've made, so I wasn't sure how much smoked malt to use. So I kind of stuck with that 1 pound, about 10% of the grain bill, just to get there. It's definitely there. It's noticeable. It's not overwhelming, and I'm glad I didn't really. I went with midnight wheat and pale chocolate. I'm glad I didn't go with any like roast malts, because it might get in the way and kind of, you wouldn't really be able to know where one starts and the other ends. Yeah, so I'm kind of glad I did that. Definitely get a little bit of that pale chocolate. Only 6 ounces. I probably could have gone a little bit more, but you do get a little bit of that chocolate. When this warms up, you really get like almost a cherry cordial kind of feel to it. You get that nice, the cherry wood comes through, the chocolate from the pale chocolate comes through. I don't really get, only 1 pound of Vienna, so I don't know how much that makes a difference. Kind of just give it a little extra malt boost, because I used, just plain old Breeze 2-row. Yeah, the smoke's there, but it's nicely balanced right there with that pale chocolate and the midnight wheat. So it's not overly roasty, not overly astringent, acrid, should I say. Nothing to complain about, and I get no hop character at all. And yeast, like I said, Voss, I don't get any of the orange from the Voss. I think this is very clean. Like, I mean, maybe if you really get in there, you might be able to tell maybe there's a little fruitiness somewhere in there, but I don't get it. When I use Voss, I feel it really bumps the malt profile and kind of mutes hops, and even though it's supposed to give off like orange esters, I really feel that it promotes malt character. So I wasn't too worried about throwing it at this beer for that reason. I think it worked really well. It's got a nice, I'd say, medium mouthfeel. I think it's about a balanced water profile, maybe leaning a little bit towards chloride to get a little softer mouthfeel for a porter, but I don't think there's a whole lot wrong with it. I don't think there's really anything wrong with it. I just, not making a smoke beer before, not having too many of them, wasn't sure what to expect or even what to compare it to. So like I said, I've been nursing it just to make sure it got this far, but it could have been gone easily in a couple weeks. Really good fall beer with the smoke character. Perfect, yeah, perfect for these. Starting to get a little chilly here, but again, today was 75 degrees in New York in mid-November. What are you gonna do? Like I said, overall, really, really good beer. I think if I was to make this again, I think a porter for me, I wanted a little more with caramel notes and less kind of roasty, but it could be my preference. It could be more like a beefy brown ale. So I think what I would do different is I would bump up the caramel malt, either go a full pound of, caramel 60, or add like a half a pound of Crystal 120 to it, and then maybe back off midnight wheat altogether and go like 8 ounces of pale chocolate and really kind of get that chocolate profile in there. I'd like to try with a clean, just like US05 or Cali, Chico strain, just to see what it does compared to this. But like I said, it's really good beer. It's been drinking really nice. Hasn't fallen off at all. Maybe you've gotten a little bit better, smoother, the more it sat in the keg. Also, I say right now, it wasn't accurate, but I would say that first week, even 2 weeks, I would get like a burning sensation in my throat when I drank it. And I don't know if it's smoke malt, if it was, smoke malt is really, really intense. But that seems to have fallen off, not there anymore. So, said overall really good beer. Maybe a couple tweaks here and there. Maybe try it with a cleaner yeast, bump up the caramel malt, and I'd stick to this 10% unless I really wanted to go a little bit heavier with the smoke. But I think 10% is good for my palate. If you're like smoked beers, probably up it a little bit more. But all in all, good beer. I'm enjoying it. Maybe make it again, or I might just kind of go base recipe porter just to see where that's at. I've never even made a porter before, so I just went full on smoked porter. So surprisingly, it came out really, really well. That's probably gonna be it for this video. I'm brewing right now, making a dark mild, so I gotta go check on that really quick. Got some cool things coming up. We have the Brewtubers 2022 hops experiment with Yakima Valley coming up. We got some cool products. I got to be a taster in that, so you'll see a couple of those review videos coming out shortly. We also did another cool non-official experiments in Brewtubers with Phantasm, so got a bunch of us brewed that. We're gonna start sending it out soon and get together and taste those. I don't know if there's gonna be any YouTube content related to that. Maybe a couple guys film their brew days, but other than that, not a whole lot going on with that, but just another really cool thing, Phantasm. If you don't know what it is, go check it out. I don't want to drone on too long here in this video for it. And said again, brewtubers.com. Go check us out. Online homebrew club. Bunch of cool guys. We got a Discord. Lots of good information. Lots of banter. Good time. Club meeting every month on Zoom. Another good time. We have a happy hour afterwards. Again, got some good sponsors. Shout out to Yakima Valley, Imperial Yeast, Beer and Wine Hobby, 5-Star Chemical, and our newest member, Brewers Hardware. And hey, it's been fun. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.